Good evening. Hello. I shouldn't have hit the go live button when I did. All right, we're good. It's 7 o'clock by me. Conley, good evening. Hey, Jim. I'm not Jim. Garage, hello. Ron Mexico. Yes, I did go by Ron Mexico at one point in time on Facebook. Okay, if you go to my TikTok account, when you're on my account, you'll see a word called showcase. You click on showcase and you'll find one of these little fans here. This is the one you're looking at, the venti fan, the one that collapses and shit. Yeah, this thing is fantastic. I love this thing. You're glad to smoke with us tonight. Well, welcome in. Welcome in. Fan looks cool. Fan is cool. Loading the bong. Yeah, I can't do bongs. I can't do bongs. I get to go into the city tomorrow and have lunch with somebody that I have long wanted to have lunch with. I'll have updates for you tomorrow. What is this? Yo, mango rush in the air? Do you smoke all over your house or only in that room? I smoke in my office, in our main bedroom, our master bedroom, or out on the deck. I don't ever smoke in the living room or the kitchen or a bathroom or anything like that. Have you had your tacos yet? We actually had sloppy joes for dinner today. Who's Nate? Hello, evil eye. Kush. Gotcha. Understood. You guys are having sloppy joes too. Taco Tuesdays is just the name of the podcast, man. That's all it is. It doesn't mean I have tacos every Tuesday. Marjorie Taylor Greene is now supporting the big beautiful bill again. Well, of course she is. They're all going to fall in line eventually. Eventually. Sherry, hello. Conley's in her already. Everybody say hello to Sherry. If you guys could tap the fuck out of the screen, share the live with as many people as you humanly possibly can. My wife is sending me Korean beef recipes, which means she's at the other end of the house, higher than Eagle Titty's doom scrolling recipes, going, ooh, make this, ooh, make this, ooh, make this. Your content has been keeping you sane. My content's been keeping you sane. Thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate that. I did not know that, Jim Frisk. There's Renee is admitting to doom scrolling recipes. Taco John's, I've heard of them. Thank God she's never going to shop at Harvard again. Yeah, I don't think she was to begin with. My wife gets to go on, Renee gets to go on a Chicago riverboat architecture tour tomorrow. Along with our daughter, one of our daughters, our son, and my mother-in-law. You want to move to Illinois so bad? Come on in. Plenty of space. Somebody who's a mutual of mine on TikTok, I'm not going to mention him, until they want to be mentioned. They're moving to the Chicagoland area here very soon. My mother-in-law has always wanted to go on one of those Chicago architectural boat tours, so we got it for I think her birthday last year, and they were supposed to go last week, but it was rained out, so they're doing it this week. Love the guitar, thank you very much. I'm not going to get you shit because I'm not Santa. I just look like Santa. I don't bring anybody free shit, and you don't get to sit on my lap. Thinking of moving back to Illinois from Tennessee? Well, I mean, if you move to Southern Illinois, it's sort of like being in Tennessee. I mean, yeah, you'll be in a blue state again, but you'll be in a red county, so I don't know if that really matters to you, but. Are you talking about these signs up here, Haight Street? No, this intersection, Haight and Ashbury, that's in San Francisco. Mr. Rodell, hello. Go Packers? Yeah, I got no problem if that's who you root for. Have you ever heard of a Chicago typewriter? I've heard of a typewriter. I can't say as I've heard of a specific Chicago typewriter. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start taking trash out early. Yes, no lap sitting. Jay, we're working on it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have not heard that term. That's not how you say it, Steven, so we're going to go ahead and hide you as well. What? I get some weird motherfuckers from time to time, you know that? When is the ride going to realize that the things that we want benefit both parties? You mean the right? They're never going to realize it. Ever. Ever. If they were going to realize it, they would have. It's not like we haven't been talking about it for eons. You know what I mean? I hope you are doing well. I am. Somebody here says they're from Moscow. Somebody here says that Steven is here to be a douche troll. Do you buy your giggle bush or grow it? I purchase it. I would love to grow it, but first of all, growing it in the house is just not an option. But secondly, you're technically not allowed to for recreational purposes, and since it's so readily available, why even risk it? They don't understand it, Eric. They don't. So, and they're not gonna. You watch my channel? Thank you, Adam. Oh, from Portland, Oregon. I don't understand why people keep saying that Trump is doing. I'm sorry. What Trump is doing is illegal, but then they do nothing about it. Well, specifically who and specifically what would they do? You know, we didn't show up in enough numbers to give Democrats any kind of control whatsoever. So they have no legal power, technically speaking, until the next midterm elections, when we could maybe take over one or two chambers of Congress. But until then, it's up to the state and local levels. And what's going on the local levels, like what you see in Los Angeles, is all you're going to get at this point in time is going to be people stepping up saying, we're not doing this. You're not going to come into our communities and just take people and ship them off to God knows where without any form of due process, without anybody knowing where the fuck they are. It's going to be the people on the ground that are going to fight this for the time being. What's it going to take once Trump is gone to heal ourselves? I don't know. I was just telling my wife today that it's listen, it's a far-fetched notion still, but I am beginning to lean towards the notion that Trump's lasting legacy will ultimately be that he is the man responsible for the splitting of the United States of America. I think that before his time in office is up, there is a decent chance that we could see this country fracture into two different countries. So maybe that winds up being his true lasting legacy. When are we going to wildcat strike? What does that mean? Deporting is the law. Why you watch underage girls? Dude, if that's what you do, that's kind of sick. I wouldn't be projecting that onto people in a public chat room. Does Grants Pass have a big homeless problem still? I have absolutely no idea. Take the leftist and blacks one way and all go to the white and other. What? What the fuck? Where, dude, where do you fucking people come from? Are we going to address Donnie's pee-pee problem? I don't know, because I don't know that it truly is a pee-pee problem. I know what is being said. It was shown in the photograph, but we don't know. Let's talk about the policies right now. What did we have for dinner tonight? Sloppy Joes. For eventual impeachment. Listen, he's not going to get impeached and removed. That's never going to happen. So just put that out of your head. It's never going to happen. Will he get impeached again if the Democrats take the House of Representatives? Yeah, he could very well get impeached again. Will he ever get removed as a result of an impeachment? No. Do I think? No, I don't. I think when Trump passes, what you're going to see is a not so insignificant segment of his hardcore base never admit that he died. A not so insignificant segment of his hardcore base that will forever think that he faked his death and that he's living in a bunker underneath Mar-a-Lago, secretly running the world. Talk to me about Newsom and the California AG filing charges. Will that go anywhere? I didn't see that the what the AG did. I saw that Trump wants Newsom arrested. When asked what crime he should be arrested for, Trump said the crime of running for governor because he's such a bad governor. In other words, I don't have a crime that I can charge him with. So, yeah, go try and charge Gavin Newsom. Bring him to fucking court and see how that goes. Any sloppy joes left over? There actually are some leftovers in the fridge. There usually are some leftovers whenever we have dinner. You'll have some people that will say that they never supported Trump, kind of like people that, you can't find anybody that ever said that they watched the Dukes of Hazzard. I always use that as an example. They were like the number one show forever, but you can never find anybody that watched them, right? There will be some people like that. Well, we never supported him. Oh, really? You voted for the motherfucker 3 times. Anyway, but there will be a segment of them that will fucking hang on. There will be the Jonestown segment. I'll bet 25 to 35% of his base will never believe he died. Ever. Hello, California. Sorry for what's going on out there. My wife puts a slice of cheese on her sloppy joes and potato chips. Guys, the conversation is going by rather quickly. I'm going to try and keep up with it to the best of my abilities. Hello from Alberta, Canada. I can't believe what's going on down there. Everything he's doing is impeachable. Never 51. I'm trying to tell you, it is nuts down here. Moderators, you guys rock. Thank you very much to the moderators for doing a great job. I've been craving sloppy joes lately. You know what? My wife just threw it out there. It was like, hey, should we do sloppy joes? Fuck it, let's get it. And then boom, tonight, that was the night. Hello from Canada. How's the taco? Hairless. People in the audience, you are all awesome too. It's like the Tangerine Tyler doesn't realize Canada is treating U.S. citizens on his behalf. Jeez. Hello from Alberta, Lindsay. I just had chips on my bologna sandwich. What should be the messaging strategy for 2026? I don't know what the messaging strategy should be because I thought the messaging strategy was enough in 2024. Dude, if we don't win, he does. But apparently that wasn't enough. Carlos and Penelope are just fine, hanging out in the backyard, kicking it. What? Could Newsom or AOC be possible future POTUS? Yeah. I think Newsom would probably have a better shot at that than AOC would. Yeah, what they're doing with Abrego Garcia is sickening. It's fucking grotesque what they're doing. This is what they do though. They're intentionally cruel. Did I miss anything? Had to take a call. Mom passed away yesterday, so it's been a day of phone calls. I'm sorry to hear that, Chris. Our condolences, sincerely. All you do is smoke dope and talk. All I do is smoke dope and listen. Okay? The blues always welcome my brother in Canada. Okay? Adjust this fucking phone stand here. Let's tilt that back in like that. Come over here. There you go. Doping up, if that's what you want to call it. Don't mind if I do. I don't know what Trump's current approval rating. How did your fence turn out? It's going in at the end of June. It has not gone in yet. Going in at the end of June. Just got the permit. What was that? Did I miss something? Richard A.T., thank you very much for the donation. Came here 26 years ago, dad, U.S. citizen, so I am by choice. Worked from the first day, never gotten a penny from government. Then they call us lazy. Yep, exactly. Exactly. They're coming. They're coming here to live off the government, is what they tell us. They're coming here to live off of welfare, is what they tell us. They're coming here to live off of get their Medicare or their Medicaid for free. They tell us, but then when they go to round them up, they always end up going to a job site. If they're all living off the government, why are they all working? They know it's bullshit. They want to get rid of brown people. That's the bottom line. They want to get rid of brown people. That's it. He fucking called him Nutlick. Is Mexico paying for your fence? Motherfucker, I wish. $15,705 before pitching in an extra couple of hundred to help the neighbor with a post situation that they got going on the corner of our fence. 15,955. However, this should be the last fence I ever have to buy. We paid over 10, or around 10. I want to say 18, 17, 18, 19 years ago. We've been in the house 20 years. So about 18, 19 years ago, we paid 10 for a 6-foot wooden fence. And now, all the posts are starting to rot out from the mulch, chewing it away at the base and all of that shit. So now we're putting in a vinyl fence. So it should be, knock on wood, the last fence we should ever have to put in. I don't want to have to replace the fence in my late 60s or early 70s. Should California leave the U.S. and join Canada? No, not yet. No, I'm not running for anything in 2028. Do you ever get Taco Bell or Chipotle, or is that an insult to tacos? I don't like Chipotle. The last time I had it was eons ago, and I didn't really care for it. I love Taco Bell, I understand that those aren't real tacos. Just like I understand that McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's aren't real burgers. Just like I understand that KFC isn't real chicken. Just like I understand that Long John Silver's isn't real fish. All of that is the fast food version of all of those foods. But of all the fast foods that have ever existed, of all the fast food that currently exists, Taco Bell is the best. I mean, it's Taco Bell, for fuck's sake. Of course I love Taco Bell. I recently started a new accounting job for a landscaping company, and your takes are spot on. Oh, yeah, you're going to see some shit. You're going to see a spike in work in April, May, and June, and then it's going to be really, really steady, and then another spike of work in the fall, and then it's going to crash. It'll be steady depending on the size of the company in the wintertime, but at a much lower volume. I mean, KFC is chicken, but you know what I mean? It's not. White Fence Farm is real chicken. KFC is the fast food version of that. Oh, I would love if we had an A&W root beer. I used to love A&W burgers. Cali should secede. They pay more than $80 billion. I understand. California is a massive donor state. It's the fourth largest economy on the planet. That's of any country that exists. California is the fourth largest economy. They generate by far the most GDP in this country. They generate by far the most agriculture products in this country. They have the largest ports, the most eastern sea or western seaboard, coastal land. They are a nation unto themselves. There are 40 million people in California alone. Fire or mild sauce on all Taco Bell. I go hot across the board. Regular old hot sauces. I don't know what the proper amount of hot sauce is for everybody else, but a regular Taco Bell taco for me gets 3 hot sauces. That's what it gets. 3 of their hot sauces. If California were to join forces with Canada, if it were to become part of Canada, yes, it would double Canada's population. Canada's about 40 million as well, which is why the whole desire to make Canada the 51st state doesn't make any fucking sense to me whatsoever. It's a nation of 40 million, mostly liberal people who like their universal health care, and the idea is to take all of Canada and make it one state, the 51st state, right? Okay, well, that state would be just like California. You would create another California. It'd be about 40 million people like California has. So you'd get 2 more Democratic senators, and you'd get as many seats in the House of Representatives as California gets, and they would predominantly be liberal. They would get about the same number of electoral college votes as California. So if Donald Trump succeeded in making Canada the 51st state of the Union, which is never going to happen, but if he did succeed in that, it would ensure that Republicans wouldn't win another Republican or a presidential election for fucking generations. Canada would be broken up into 4 states. That's not what Fuckstick McGee's running around saying. It's going to be the 51st state. Okay. That just makes the United States of America a democratic state overnight. Democratic nation. Sean, this is kind of the replacement of that, sort of. I'm trying to work on getting some guests for this as well. No, I got to focus on what makes money. And the podcasts, I had 2 podcasts. While I love doing them, they did not make any money. It was really kind of for fun, and that's a lot of time for fun when you need to dedicate your time to making money. So this is supposed to be a replacement for my podcast. Every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, we go live. We talk about politics. Only now there's an interaction with the audience instead of just me talking. And then hopefully we can sprinkle in some guests every now and again. Yes, if California were to go to Canada, they would take Oregon and Washington with them. The entire West Coast would become part of California or Canada. You're looking rough, my guy. Don't forget to take your meds. I took my meds. I always look rough. I always look rough, but I'm tired. I'm old. I'm slightly elevated, and shit happens. Hang on. Let me check something real quick. I don't know. Colorado, I guess, could do whatever they want to do. You're going to call me a foodie? Just understand this. I appreciate the words, the designation, but B, I have an extraordinarily limited palate. For a fat fuck, there are a lot of things I will not eat. So I could never like do full blown food reviews. You know what I mean? I could never do cooking videos because my shit does not, no, very limited palate. I'm a mutual of Tennessee Brando. He's a good guy. Do I like catfish? No, I do not. Um, my palate of what I will eat that comes out of the sea is tuna, shrimp, scallops. We're going to Alaska at the end of August, so I'm going to try the salmon, and I don't know, what are we having? Is there going to be some crab involved, maybe perhaps? And I think clam chowder. I can't remember. I don't do lobster. I don't do crab, but I'm going to try it again. It's been years since I've tried. I'm going to try it again in Alaska. We're going to have a couple of chances to get off the ship and do a few excursions, and so I'm gonna dip my toe into some seafood again and see if because my palate has changed. Listen, the stuff that I have historically liked eating is getting worse and worse for my like I'll eat something that I've eaten for years and I'm like that fucking sucks now. I had a bowl of cereal today. I threw half of it out. I'm like that does not taste anything like what I used to like to eat. Holland America or Princess Celebrity Cruise is what we're taking. We're going to be on a celebrity cruise out of Vancouver. Who is smarter, MTG or the press secretary? The press secretary is smarter. No, we have 2 excursions booked, and I think that's going to be it. The first town that we get to, we're going to get off the ship and we're going to do a little walking around shopping. And there's a place there where Renee wants to get Alaskan king crab. So we're going to go have some lunch. We're going to have some real king crab up in Alaska, or she is. I'm going to try some of hers while I have another meal. We're going to do a little shopping, maybe pick up some shit for the grandkids, some shit for the kids, and just kind of go at our own pace. And then we have a couple of back to back days where we're doing excursions. One day we're going out for a whale watching tour at like 10:30. That's when the whales, I guess, start breaching. And then after that, we're going to an Alaskan salmon bake. And then the following day, we're taking some fucking gondola all the way up this fucking mountain, and then we're doing a little tram ride up on the top of the mountain and kind of like taking in the sights and shit. No, not celebrity solstice. Does your son ever talk about going to college? Yeah, he's already got his colleges picked out, but for what he doesn't know. He wants to go to Joliet Junior College for 2 years, get an associate's degree, and then go to Indiana University in Bloomington and get his degree. In what? He doesn't know. Nor should he. He's going into 8th grade. Try the Keg restaurant in Vancouver. We will be in Vancouver for exactly one night. I don't know where we're gonna eat. I'll obviously take a look at it. Do you eat a lot of seafood? No, I eat very little seafood. That's the whole point. Is I'm going to be trying a little bit more seafood on this trip because I know we're going to actually get good seafood. So I'm going to try a little bit more of it. But I'm not going to order crab or lobster. I'm going to try what my wife gets. I'm going to order something else, some chicken, some pork, something of that nature. You should visit Washington State. I have in my youth, but we'll get to Washington, my wife and I. Excuse me, I have to take some trash out. Bye, Andrew. Steak, ribeye. How are the teachers near you? Good pay. I think our teachers make a decent pay. I'm really not up to snuff on what exactly they're getting. They're getting paid out here by us. The flour is amazing in Washington. We're flying into Vancouver the day before we shove off. We're staying one night. The next morning we're going to the terminal, getting on the ship, and then we're going up the Alaskan coast, and then we end in a town in Alaska that doesn't have an airport, Seward, Alaska, and then we have to get land transfer to Anchorage, and then fly out of Anchorage. You're talking about Chicago proper, but the Chicago land area, I'm out in the suburbs. Neil Peart or John Bonham. Neil Peart. Neil Peart and or dot dot dot. It's Neil Peart. I want Tom to answer. You want Tom to answer what? My friend works for Chicago Public Schools at some of the worst and best. That's where our daughter wants to work. I okay. I'm not going to stop with the who's smarter because that's just going to devolve into nothing but who's smarter, and it's going to be 9,000 who's smarter questions. Let's not go down that road, please. Yes, we could take the Alaska Railroad from Seward to Anchorage, but it's all booked. Yeah, it's all booked. Are you even eating tacos? Not at the moment, no. Ghost, come on. I'm not going to stop with the this or that because what it happens, then the whole damn thing turns into this or that. Yes, our daughter is still planning on being a teacher. Tacos are wonderful. Yes, they are. Have a good trip. We're hoping so. Uh, Renee and I are going to Alaska in August, and then our two of our daughters, Renee's friend, Renee's sister, and Renee's mom are all going to Vegas in the fall because we have multiple big birthdays this year. Renee turns 50, mother-in-law turns 70, daughter turns 21, so they're going on doing that in the fall. And then trying to figure out if there's something we can do in the summer of 26. I'm working on that now. I'm not stressed at the moment. No. I'd like you to do the Sons of Liberty live. I've never watched a single episode of the show. Not one. I have no fucking idea anything about the show. You're doing the British Isles on Celebrity. Yeah, let's see. You know what I mean? That'd be a good trip. I'm 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 sure we'll get back to the Mediterranean cruise that we were going to do at one point in time. Yeah, it's whatever the default is, the camera system is. I think it's reversed on YouTube just like it is on TikTok. It's Haight Street in Ashbury, Haight and Ashbury in San Francisco. Liverpool is a stop you're looking forward to. See, I would like to go to the British Isles on the ground and go travel and see all the sites. But that's a lot of moving around for my wife because you're grabbing your suitcases and you're going to the next town for a few days and then the next town for a few days. I would love to do that. The cruise is the way we can do something like that. But yeah, I'd like to get a lot of stops in the British Isles in. Will I ever try losing the beard? Let me show you something. Everybody pay attention. It's 144 of you in here, okay? Pay attention. No, I'm not going back to no beard. That's not going to be a thing. Nope, 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 nope. Motherfucking no. That was your boy in 98. '98. So, no, we're keeping. I've earned all of this, Gray. I'm keeping it. Happy birthday, Sherry. Happy early birthday. I won't be online tomorrow at all. I'm going into the city tomorrow. I have a little lunch. I got my YouTube videos scheduled out for tomorrow. I'm gonna go fucking chill for a bit. I wanted to know what were your thoughts on the angry farmers losing their workers and having to work their farms. I haven't seen any stories like that recently, but I always find it comical when farmers who vote for Trump wind up getting negatively affected by it. That guitar is beautiful. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. My brother-in-law would tell us that the days partying with Jim Morrison, Janis Joplin did in Haight Ashbury in the 60s, 70s, or that. How old are you? I am guessing 62. You're off by 9 years. I'm 53. Lately, I've been watching guys selling Rolex watches like it's candy. What? Have the kids ever seen you without a beard in real life? I didn't grow the beard until late 2017 is when I started growing the beard. Prior to that, it was a goatee. Prior to that, it was. Oh, fuck. I don't even know if I could. Um, hang on. No, it's going to give me a fucking pain in the ass. It's going to fuck with me, isn't it? Oh, maybe not. Oh, shut the fuck up. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, I suck at pulling up fucking computers, pictures on my computer. Like, fucking suck at it. You judge me, but everybody says I'm older than I look, or I look older than I am. Sorry. What? Recent watcher, first time streamer. Remember when Hillary was running and someone in the GOP said something like, if she got elected, there would be a taco truck at every corner. Yes, I remember that. I was wholeheartedly on board with that campaign. When they were trying to insult Hillary Clinton by trying to say she's too in favor of Mexican people, when they said if she was elected there would be a taco truck on every corner, I was like, bitch, can we have the election today? Because sold. So, that's a negative. Every corner there's going to be a taco truck. Yeah, let's go. I'm down with the program. Good evening, South Jersey. You mean we're going to have more access to more tacos? Oh no. Stop. They're out of control. Won't someone think of the children? Let me first in line with my fucking taco hat on to cast that ballot. First in line. Lenexa, Kansas here. Where is Lenexa, Kansas? Like I have any frame of reference of what's in Kansas, but where is it? West, east, north, south. A good food truck is key. Is my wife in the room? Make your chat pop, Tom. We all wish you a wonderful trip. Make your chat pop. What does that mean? Can you text Tommy and ask him to do litter tonight? Lily's been doing it for several nights in a row, and I understand so does he when she's not here. But actually, no, she's leaving in 2 nights, and he's going to do it in a couple of nights. Just make sure he hits the cat's food at 8 o'clock, please. Renee and I used to do a lot of lives together on TikTok back in the day. We'll have to get her back in here for one, yes. What's your current stance on Charlie Kirk? He's an absolute douche canoe. Dumber than a bag of fucking hammers. He's an idiot's genius. He's it's rage bait. I watch your videos every day and love what you do. Thank you very much. Satan, I appreciate that. It's good to know you got Satan in your corner. You know what I'm saying? It's it's like a warm blanket. Who you got kicking? Who you kicking with? I'm kicking with Satan. Just saying. My neighbors are Cuban and they voted for Donald Trump. Both of their parents got deported and I make fun of them every day. My other neighbors say I'm mean for doing that. I listen, make fun of them every day. I don't know about that, but to say, yeah, you fucking got what you voted for. I don't think that it's out of the question to remind them of that. Do I still go live on TikTok every now and again? Yes. What do you believe is the most recent piece of music you've heard that you think is politically accurate? I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head. Have the day you voted for. Yes, been selling a lot of those shirts. Those shirts are good. Good sellers. I got to get my shirt out of the car. I've got a thing tomorrow and I bought a new shirt and it's in the car. God damn it. Enjoy your trip. Well, we're not going anywhere for a couple of months. We're not our next trip is end of August. I did not see the protests in New York City going on at the current point in time. End of August, though. That's when we're going to Alaska. Well, we're flying into Canada, and then going up into Alaska on a cruise ship. My friend, my surgery was 3 years ago. That video that you saw in the last couple of days was an on this day video. TikTok just stopped putting the words on this day on the screen for some reason. My hip surgery was 3 years ago. Been on many cruises, question mark. This will be our third cruise. The very first, we take trips to Jamaica and go to Sandals resorts, well, one Sandals resort. And we went to Mexico to a resort. But when we first dipped our toe into the cruising waters, so to speak, we took a 3-day cruise to the Bahamas out of Miami on Royal Caribbean. Loved it. Loved the ship was great. The food was great. The people were friendly. Bah, 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 bah. The second cruise we took was a week-long cruise out of New Orleans on Norwegian that made 2 stops in Mexico, 1 stop in Honduras, 5 days, sorry, and 1 stop in Belize. And then this cruise will be on Celebrity and however many fucking days it is. So this will be our third cruise on third different cruise line. I'm sure at some point in time we'll probably try MSC. I get paranoid of food poisoning on a tour, on a cruise. Totally can understand that. Knock on wood, we haven't had any issues with that. It's all been really like, here's the deal, like, you can't walk into the buffet without being practically harangued to wash your hands. There are hand washing stations on both sides as you enter, and there are people, cruise employees, that are there singing songs and telling you, wash your hands, encourage, you gotta wash your hands, you gotta wash. Everybody's washing their hands at the buffet. Don't forget to take the Hawaiian shirt with you to Alaska. I have a couple of shirts. I got to, you know what? I think I'm going to go back and get some more plain T-shirts for the Alaskan cruise. But yeah, a couple of shirts to throw over for dinner. Go see a show at the theater. Maybe if they got like a comedian or something playing. Going to relax. You know what I mean? I'm going to fucking relax. Washy washy. Yep. Washy washy washy. They sing that as you're entering the buffet every day, morning, noon, and night. Yes, we're gonna bring. I bought a waterproof shell jacket for this trip. I need to look into a waterproof pair of shoes. And I hate to spend a lot of money on a waterproof pair of shoes because I know I'm not going to wear them often after the cruise. But I want to look into something. I don't know. Maybe gym shoes work, but I'm thinking we're going to be on a couple of different excursions and walking around one town, and they say it can get quite rainy. So we're going to have umbrellas with us, and I think a good pair of weatherproof walking shoes might be in order. Balcony. No, I can't do an inside room. Mm-mm-mm. Third cruise, third balcony. I cannot. It's got to be balcony. Waterproof parachute. Well, I mean, hey, listen, I'm down with the program if that's what we're going to do. Donald Trump deploying 700 Marines to LA. Yeah, I don't think the Marines have actually been deployed there, though. Get some Crocs? Absolutely not. No, No, fuck Crocs. I can't do it. I can't. I can't. No fucking way in hell. What do you think of the 5 militarized ICE teams they're sending to 5 blue cities, including Chicago? Yeah, I think that they're going to push the envelope as much as humanly possible, and hopefully citizens just push back, and the local government and law enforcement do not let this shit get out of hand. I work with bacteria for a living. If you have taken the bus or the train and grabbed the poles or seats, wash your hands. There's a lovely reminder. Can't do Crocs. Can't do it. Those little holes, that's where your dignity leaks out. I recently was honored to do a bridge tour on Celebrity Ship. Right on. How is everyone? Hope all is well. Here we're okay. Obviously, nationwide, that is not the same case. I don't know if I want waterproof covers for my shoes. I would look into those, but James, I'm going to tell you something. I wore sandals all the fucking time, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm just going to lay it out there. My feet can't handle it anymore. They just can't. I love just throwing on a pair of slides or a pair of sandals. I used to wear sandals all the time. My feet just can't handle that shit anymore. I had a 12-foot flat-bottom skiff, killed many fish. I dread hearing the news every day. Keen Newport H2 sandals. You can never get. Name one person you think should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that is not yet. Oh shit! I don't. Oof. I don't know. I don't know. Has Trump really got bone spurs? A, probably not. And B, who the fuck cares? Right? I mean, that was fucking eons ago that he lied about that. The man has done so much worse in his life since then that, like, bone spurs is like the nicest thing he's ever done. Yeah. I didn't mean who cares to you nastily, but you know what I mean? We got to focus on the shit the guy's doing now, man. Am I going to eat some Alaskan seafood? I'm going to try some of my wife's Alaskan seafood. I'm not going to order dishes for myself, but I'm going to try some of it. And who knows? I might. I think I'm going to try the salmon and spit it right out, but I might try it and be like, hey, my taste buds have changed. I like this. Who the fuck knows? Oh, I'm not shaving my head. That's not happening. Thank you very much, Chapter 17, for the $20 donation. Tom, I just want to say hi. Love your videos. Never commented, but love how you own the mega pieces of shit. Might have sent you something from California. My first comment in Super Chat. Yay, me. Keep it up, my dude. Thank you very much, Chapter 17. I appreciate it. I will keep my eyes out for what you sent, and thank you very much for the donation. Don't be shy about chatting. You know, throw it out there. You know what I mean? Everybody's talking in here. It's all good. Can we get Hawk to get a haircut? You're gonna have to talk to Hawk about that. You know what I mean, brother? You're gonna have to talk to Hawk about that. Give Clyde a pet between the ears. I work indirectly with international students. I can't imagine how these students must be feeling right now. They're petrified. If you weren't born in this country and white right now, you should be fucking petrified. Do I think Elon will release sensitive information, U.S. information? I don't know. I hope he releases something on Trump. Something that the Republicans just cannot defend. You know what I mean? I call people imbeciles from time to time. Donald Trump is completely fucking owned by the Russians. And it's not that he's a Russian that's here trying to bring down the country. He's just really fucking stupid, really bad at what he does. And he has allowed himself to be purchased by the Russians, and he owes them. Yes, Trump will not stop at the brown people. He'll continue on with the black people, and then he'll set his sights on anybody that doesn't agree with him. Ooh, somebody got called a nincompoop. Oof. I wonder why Trump won't release the Epstein files. Yeah, because the motherfucker's in them. Because the motherfucker is in them. Shopping at Harvard. This is the second time I've heard that. I have not seen that clip yet. According to two former KGB officials, Trump was recruited in '87. Don't know how true it is. Listen, if that's true, then holy shit. You know what I mean? I just always assumed, based on the information that we had, that he was a really bad businessman. He couldn't get American banks to lend to him anymore. He got in bed with Russian oligarchs, and that's how he got his financing. And they have a lot of compromise. That's not the word. They got a lot of shit on him. You know what I mean? Oh, if he pulls a Kent State, shit will get bad in a fucking hurry. Do you think Elon rigged the machines? No. The machines are not hooked up to the internet at any point in time. Ever. How do you get into the internal systems of a machine that's never hooked up to the internet? You know what I mean? I don't think Elon rigged the machines. I think millions of Democrats stood on their high fucking horses and couldn't bring themselves to vote for Kamala Harris because of her position on the Middle East, and they allowed Donald Trump to get reelected. I think that this, you want me to be honest with you? I'm going to be completely fucking honest with you. And it's a disgusting thing to realize about your country. But this country has shown you in the last 3 election cycles that for whatever fucking reason, they are not ready to vote for a woman. You had 2 of the most qualified candidates in American history that just so happened to be women. And America went, no, we got to take this piece of shit over here. Do you think we could ever get free healthcare in America? Yeah. There's nothing to be fair about with Trump. Fuck Donald Trump. You're dreading having to get your green card renewed at the end of 2027. I don't know. Can you fucking hide out for a little over a year? Because the election's in 2028. We'll have a new president in 2029, January of 29. I'm not running for office. Fuck that shit. What about free college and education? Listen. I think we can get there once the baby boomers and Gen Xers die off, and it's down to the millennials, Gen Zs, and Gen Alphas, because they that's the shit that those generations want, and I think that they can get there. I just don't see us ever getting there in my lifetime, which is gross. You'd be scared now with a green card? Hell fucking yeah, I would be. Hey, just a reminder, you can get the Have the Day You Voted For bumper stickers, t-shirts, hoodies, and coffee mugs at the link in my bio. I don't know if you guys saw the newest one. Hang on, let me show you the newest one. Give me just 1 minute, okay? I gotta figure out how to work this green screen. That's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Give me a fucking minute. Jesus, Mary, and fucking Joseph. There you go. That's the newest one. I'd rather be excluded for who I include than be included for who I exclude. So that's one. And FDT in the NPR logo is now available in my store as well. Link in bio. I also have, just one moment, if you don't mind. Hang on. This one, we will not tolerate your intolerance. I still think might change this design, but for now it is available. And what else do I have here? Don't be an egregiously homophobic cunt nugget is available at the link in my bio. A classic shirt. Love that shirt. Shirt's been around my store for a few years now. And it's an encouraging shirt, right? It encourages people not to be the homophobic cunt nuggets that they tend to be in life. And I think that's important. You got to help people along in life. Hang on, I'm trying to get to the next one. My apologies. I'm running my fucking yap while I'm trying to get to the next one for you. Sorry, there's the Have the Day You Voted For shirt. Love that shirt. Everybody loves that shirt. Been selling 1 million of those. We have the, once again, not a drag queen, not a trans person, not an immigrant, and not a woke school teacher. That's every time you see another right-wing, evangelical, white male that winds up assaulting a child. Once again, not a drag queen, not a trans person, not an immigrant, not a woke school teacher. And of course, land doesn't vote available, among many, many other shirts, just so that you're aware. I have a whole bunch of other shirts available over there that you can check out. Link is in bio. Have the Day You Voted For hats. I don't have that on my radar at the moment, but I could work on that in the coming weeks. My t-shirt sizes, because I am a big boy, they do tend to go up to some of the larger sizes, especially if you get it in the vintage black. I think it goes up to 5 or 6 XL. I have always sold merch. I've had merch for several years now. I have a bunch of products to choose from at the link in my bio. I will work on some ladies tank tops if that's what you would like. We will take a look at that in the coming weeks. I call Republicans Republicans. Put that on a shirt. Dude, okay, so here, let me just show you some of my other shirts. You guys got a minute? Yeah, we got a minute. I got a few minutes until this live wraps up, so let's see if we can show you some other. Hang on here. Give me a goddamn fucking minute. Let's see here. Okay, so what do we have for t-shirts in the store? We have, listen, Spunk Chunks, nobody cares. We have bullshit. We have tacos, 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 tacos. And peace, love tacos. If you need a little encouragement in the morning, we have chin up, tits out, onward. My devil's doorbell. We all know what the devil's doorbell is. Men, you roll over at 2 o'clock in the morning and get handsy with your woman, your missus, your gal, and you find your way over to the devil's doorbell and ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. That's what this shirt's all about. We have the Atheist Adam shirt available at the link in my bio. This is just the animated version of me. I wasn't insulting you. I was describing you. Onward, Buttercup. There's fuckery to spread. If you guys are just tuning in, these are the shirts I sell in my store. This one is called Atheist Block. Whatever your problems are, there's a strain for that. Don't panic, it's organic. If you followed me for any period of time, you know that I joke around about having been in various cover bands. I turned 5 of those joke cover bands into t-shirts. This one is Cannabis Fuck Juice, my Cypress Hill cover band, and the t-shirt for my Northeast Summer Tour of 97. And each of these tour shirts have actual tour dates and actual tour locations on the back. If you go look up any of these towns, they actually exist. I went looking for the weirdest towns in the region that I would supposedly be on a tour. So you have like Bald Head, Terramungus, Satan's Kingdom, shit like that. So there's Cannabis Fuck Juice. There's Direct Energy Weapon, my Guns N' Roses cover band. Fetus Weed, my Uriah Heep cover band. Anus in Repose, my Butthole Surfers cover band. Oh, where's the other one? By God, there's a goddamn another one I know there is. Where the hell did you go? You're not going to get away from me. Hang on. Where'd you go? There we go. There was one more. I knew there was one more. Love Surge, and that would be my B-52's cover band. So an example of some of the shirts that I have in my store. But yes, without a question of a doubt, the Have the Day You Voted For t-shirts are selling the best. We sold a bunch of those. So pick yourself up 1 to 5 of those and some bumper stickers and a hoodie while you're there. Help a brother out. You know what I mean? Republic Clans. Clan Halen. Proud of anti-ICE protesters in the loop. Live coverage. I'll have to go check it out when I get off of here. Apparently other people are having conversations amongst other people, and that's cool. Listen, guys, I appreciate you for tuning in. Do me a favor, share all the videos here on YouTube. Share them with your friends, share them with your coworkers, share them with your family. Get people to subscribe, please. We are almost to 200,000 subscribers on this channel. I want to get this channel up to where my TikTok channel is. If you guys aren't familiar with my TikTok, we're at 1.5 million followers over there. I know we can crack 1 million here. My friend in West Virginia has 1.6 million on this platform. We can get this to 1 million. Just share, if you wouldn't mind, please. Your cousin called you a woke liberal? Screen record this. I'll give you a minute to set up your screen record, and I'll give you a message for your cousin, okay? I'll give you just a few minutes. Thank you so much, Tom Powell. Been a pleasure. Nice meeting you and everyone here. Thank you very much, Laura. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're not doing the Tard's name. Okay, so now that you got you're getting ready to screen record for your cousin who says that you're a dumb woke liberal. Fuck you. Fuck you and everything you stand for. Fuck you. Fuck the horse you rode in on. Fuck the motherfucker you bought the horse from. And fuck the motherfucker that's going to get the horse after you. Fuck all of you. There's your wokeness. Have you ever noticed that when there's an oversight committee, the first question Nancy Mace always asks is, what is a woman? Nancy Mace is obsessed with being a rabid fucking idiot. Just an absolute scumbag of a human being. It's her quest in life. Can we start calling Trump God Emperor Circus Peanut? Well, Circus Peanut, now you've just kind of like created a whole new image for me, and it's kind of fucking vile, and I really didn't need that in my fucking head, so I would appreciate it if you wouldn't do that again. Now, Circus Peanut sucked beforehand, but now there's like a whole weird vibe going on with him, because my old man used to eat Circus Peanuts like crazy. So thanks for fucking up that portion of my childhood. I'm just kidding. I'm just busting chops. But in all seriousness, thank you guys for stopping by. Hasta lasagna. Don't get any on you.